So that's the Mets, but now I'm going to just go quick. Dom, you saw what happened with Ken Rosenthal, right?
Yeah, seems like a great guy. I don't know.
I can't stand this little bastard. I can't stand him. He's a dick.
He's an actual dick, yeah.
Ken Rosenthal is a schmuck.
That's disgusting what he did.
I'm going to share the screen because it has to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FTB podcast. I'm your host, Chris Nagulik, alongside my co-host, Tom Savino. We'll be discussing the week that was. The Mets won a game on Sunday, so that's cool, while the Yankees won the series against their division rival. The Jets, well, they thought Sunday was a preseason game, while the Giants served up a heartbreak to Dom and their fans. The Knicks, well, they have a decision to make on the last roster spot, so who do we think will get traded and who will stay? Stay tuned to hear our thoughts. Do me a favor, take a seat.
Let's talk.
Oh, boy. What's going on?
Weekend sucked. Sucked.
Well, personally or sports-wise?
I mean, the Giants is just gonna depend on my mood for the next 16 weeks, so it was bad. Not good. At work, we were all going crazy. We were watching that Malik Neighbors touchdown. Everyone at the place was going nuts. And then silence.
It was tough. We'll get into it, but your weekend personally was all right?
Yeah, made money. Life's good.
Good. Very
Life.
nice. Good for you. Good for
Yep.
you.
How
Very
about you?
good.
Apparently it was eventful.
Yeah, it was.
Apparently.
Oh, it was eventful. So I'm going to not try to go on a bit of a 15-minute rant here, but Friday, okay, had a golf tee time at 7 a.m. So I golfed first 3 holes, and my brother's driving the cart. I'm trying to kind of like go quick because my ball kind of, cut a little bit right. So it was somewhat on the other side of the course. So I'm just trying to go quick, trying to just get it back on the fairway. And I hit my ball. The hole's done. I move on to, I believe it was hole 4. Yeah, hole 4. And I feel for my pockets, no cell phone.
Ooh.
I go, where the hell is my phone? So I said to my brother, stop the cart, take whatever club you want to tee off on hole 4. I got to go back and see if it's on hole 3. I'm driving around, can't find it. I then tee off on the par 3, hole 4. And I said to Nick, I go, looks like now my plan is up. Phone's paid off. Now it's kind of just like I'm waiting until I want to get a new phone. But in this case, looks like Daddy needs a new phone. So now we're moving around, right? I'm still playing. And so my brother, about 2-3 holes later, is like, hey, I'm going to take the cart. You walk with your bag. I'm going to go to the clubhouse. While my brother's doing that, my cousin calls the clubhouse. And he's like, hey, did you guys happen to find a phone? And the guy goes, no, but a guy has it and he knows him. My cousin and my brother are like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, he knows him. He's like, are you sure it's the right person? And they're like, well, his name's Chris, right? And they're like, yeah. He goes, yeah. The guy said he knows him. And now all 3 of us are like, we're dumbfounded. We're like, what the hell's going on here? So my brother then comes back, right? Because obviously my cousin said, hey, I'll call Chris's phone. He calls him. The guy answers, he's like, what's up, coach? And I'm like, what's up, coach? Dude, it was the guy I play softball with. It just so happened to be that the guy's playing at Clearview Golf Course at 7:30 in the morning on a Friday. Now, listen, whatever your religion is, respect to you. I got no judgment. But God was watching on that day.
100%. I was just about to say.
What are the odds, Dom, that a guy that I know who I play softball with in the summer found my phone, picked it up, and then he sent in to our softball chat on GroupMe a picture of the cover of my phone, and obviously it's our podcast logo. And Marco, my town friend, is like, "No, yeah, that's Chris's phone." And so, my brother's like, I usually call people coach. What do you mean, coach? And he's like, this is Chris's brother. Guy's like, oh, okay, I'm sure. But yeah, what's up, coach? My cousin takes the cart, drives back to whatever hole he was at, 5, 6. We were at like hole 8 or 7. And he gets the phone. And of course, my cousin had a hot mic, and the guy's like, oh, douchebag couldn't come back to say hi and get his own phone. He's joking, obviously. He's a great guy, but it was hilarious. And my cousin's like, yeah, he's a dick. Like, yeah, he's been miserable. I mean, it's demoralizing losing your phone. I mean, Dom, you've lost your phone. My brother lost his phone overseas when he went abroad. Like, what? It's going to be now, it's 10 years ago. It's demoralizing.
I lost it many times, many phones. Not fun.
No. So
Not
that
fun.
happened. Went to the Met game. I got on the Jumbotron. We were in a contest, me and my brother, and it was who can throw the fastest. Needless to say, he won. And my ball was spiked in the dirt. Didn't even register the speed. It was that bad. And so my brother won, and they gave me a little goodie bag, a Ford built tough bag with a crappy hat. Went right in the garbage.
Nice.
Threw it in the literally put it in the garbage at the stadium. My brother has a video of it. I'm gonna try to put it, I think, on the episode. But that was all. That was all just one day. That was Friday. Okay. Saturday had a family party. Also saw my town friend Marco, his brother's football game. What a comeback. They were down 21-7. They were down 2 touchdowns, literally to start the second half. Kid on Sacred Heart fumbled the ball in the end zone. Other team recovered for a touchdown. So they were down 21-7. We were very, very much deflated. And we're like, I don't know how they're going to come back. Well, they scored 17 unanswered. And it's funny. So Marco's younger brother, the youngest out of the four, Maximus, his roommate's the kicker, and he kicked the field goal to win the game.
That's awesome.
Um, so they beat LIU Post, and they won 24-21. So that was a great game. And then I went to my family's, my cousin's surprise 40th birthday party. It was 80s themed, so I obviously dressed up as an Italian Guido. Everyone told me to just go the way I dress, so that was pretty funny. And I was like, thanks. I don't know if I take that as a compliment or a snide remark.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
know how to either.
yeah, I was just like, okay. But that was Saturday. Then Sunday, watched the Jets essentially just not show up. So that was my whole weekend. So glad you had a good one besides the Giant game. Sorry for that, but we're gonna get into it. And of course, then that leads us to the start of the episode, which is the NFL. Wow, that was an 8-minute intro. Sorry for the people who don't care, but tried to make it as an eventful intro as I can. We're gonna start with the NFL. Dom, sorry, man. I mean, my uncle, he was looking at his phone. We were actually watching the end of the Met game because it ended up being a walk-off. We'll get to that pitiful team later in the episode. But my uncle was like, "Oh, looks like Giants are gonna win it." Of course, nice jinx. And they didn't. And they lose on a heartbreak to the Cowboys, 40-37 in Dallas. So you could take it from there.
Ugh,
I know.
where do I start? I can start everywhere. First, let me just get out the way. The MVP of the game was James Hudson. Phenomenal left tackle. 4 penalties and 1 drive. I don't think that was even done ever in like this century. I think that's actually a real stat that no one has done this in like a century or something like that. It's pretty insane. He should be arrested as soon as they landed in New Jersey. I don't know what airport, Newark or wherever, but private landing field, whatever. He should be arrested as soon as he got off the plane. That's how bad it was. 4 penalties in 1 drive and cost us a touchdown on Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, come on. And then he's going off on people on the sidelines, just like screaming at people. How are you screaming at people when you're trash? Like this, it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's number one. James Hudson, you're awful. I hope I never see you again. But then Marcus Bowe, the rookie that comes in to replace him in his first start ever was lights out. Absolutely lights out. I think he allowed one QB pressure and one hit. And that was it. For a rookie left tackle, replacing basically two people in James Hudson and Andrew Thomas, he played lights out, and we played way better as soon as he got into the game. He needs to start somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, he's obviously not going to start at left tackle. You start him at right tackle maybe, or I don't know if he plays guard. Maybe he can start at guard, but he needs to be somewhere on that line. Somewhere. I don't know where, but I hope they figure it out because he needs to play majority of the snaps every game. He is phenomenal. I think he was like a 6th, 7th round pick. It's like a diamond in the rough. He played outstanding. That's number one. Number two, Russ. I mean, I was so excited for you until I wasn't. Legendary game until it wasn't. 3 touchdowns, 450 yards, and that one brutal interception. Does he not know the rules of the game? Of overtime? We need a field goal. Why are you trying to throw a ball 50 yards deep? For what? And like you were under pressure and you threw it off your back foot. You're just hoping that neighbor catches it again? Why? Just take the sack or go throw it out of bounds, something.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought the guy was gonna call a fair catch. There was no one around him, and
That's
the ball was just sailing in the air. I was like, "Is he about to call a fair catch?" This is how bad this interception was.
As soon as I saw him throw it, I'm like, oh no. Like it didn't look good like the neighbor's touchdown in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. As soon as he threw it, I'm like, oh no, this is bad news. This is horrible. I don't understand that play call. I don't understand that decision. I don't think any Giants fan or any football fan would understand that decision. But it's over and can't do anything about it, unfortunately. I'm very conflicted because they changed a lot from week one. I mean, they shut me up. I mean, all these deep throws, better pass protection, more efficient runs, even though we didn't have a lot of rushing yards. Still seemed like we had more efficient runs down the field. They changed their whole game plan, which I love. I'm surprised they actually did. We're going off on this team scoring 30-something points, and we can't win. We can't win. It doesn't make any sense. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, what they score 10 points, something like that, and they win a game. Like you can't make this up. Like they always find a way to lose every single time. It's like the Yankees. They always find a way to lose.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. We'll get to baseball later in the episode, but let's not relate it to the Yankees right now. Yankees are figuring it out. I mean, listen, Dom.
I mean, hey, not right now, obviously. Not right now, clearly.
Right now. But I'm also, folks don't know, obviously, me and Dom are in the same fantasy league this year, and we're playing each other this week. I mean, Dom, I got nothing from Jalen Hurts this week. I got nothing.
What was it, like 11 points? I think it was like 10, 11 points.
Dom, nothing. Go ahead.
So bad. Awful. But hey, hopefully, I mean, you have Jacoby Myers and I have Baker Mayfield, but you never know. You never know what could happen.
It's a loss, please. Enough.
All right, and what's going on with this defense? Shane Bowen, you are an atrocity of a defensive coordinator. Second down, fourth quarter, 14 seconds left. This guy, you know, like the Madden play where it's like 3 deep and then everyone's just like, you know, like cushioned. I think that's what he did. 14 seconds left. The middle of the field wide open, and the corners are playing 10 yards off the wide receiver. Do you forget that the Cowboys have the best kicker in the league? He had a 64-yarder to tie the game. That's like a tradition every year with the Giants. Either we lose or go into overtime with a field goal 55 yards plus.
Is that what software engineers are generating now? Good kickers? He was a software engineer. Came off the couch. 64 yards? That's good. Put it right there. Hold my beer.
Like, if there was any other team, they'd be like, oh, 64 yards? Nah, that's a long shot. But with the Giants in our history, For some reason, we love to lose or go into overtime with 60-plus yard field goals. Doesn't make any sense. So you have the best kicker in the league, and that's what you do. Down 14 seconds. That's all you need to do is have pressure. If they beat you on the outside, beat them on the outside. If you throw a ball 50 yards and CeeDee Lamb mosses one of our corners, all right, we can live with that. But having a guy wide open in the middle of the field, untouched, it's just demoralizing. It's like heartbreaking. He needs to go. Shane Bowen, I'm done with him. I'm done with him already. And we're supposed to have this amazing defense. We have individual players standing out. Like Brian Burns, he's having a first-team All-Pro year right now. Well, he had a sack, 5 pressures, and 4 hurries last game. Kayvon had 5 pressures and 3 hurries and 1 sack. But it's still about the discipline and the game planning. The Giants missed 11 tackles. 11 tackles. And then over the past 2 games, we've allowed 910 yards of total offense, which is the most in the league. Say what you want. Bad game planning. Okay. This is the stat that pisses me off so much. In the fourth quarter and overtime, Giants defense allowed 148 yards across 20 plays, which is 7.4 yards per play. Right? That's bad. But this is the stat that really freaking pisses me off. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon were on the field together for only 54% of the time. Why? I need someone to explain to me why. I don't even think the best analyst for the Giants can explain to me why. Or the coaches or nobody. Why did we get Abdul Carter for? We're supposed to have an identity in defense. And this is what you do? You barely play these guys together? This is the only reason why we got you.
So let me.
We're
I want to ask
playing
you
you
a
for a
question.
backup.
Let me ask you a question before you continue,
What's
because
up?
I was just pulling up. So is it? Listen, as me as a non-Giants fan, but I like watching, all New York teams play. Is it more that they're not utilizing Abdul Carter enough, or Abdul Carter needs to do more?
I don't think they're utilizing him correctly.
Okay.
That's the problem. How many times is he going to be a QB spy? How many times is he going to be lined up next to Dexter Lawrence or him being a nose tackle? That's not what we got you for. We got you there to pressure the ball. Let someone else do it. Let Kayvon do it. Let Kayvon be the linebacker. Brian Burns, no, he has to be the end. But let Kayvon do that. Abdul Carter, he came into the league to be a pass rusher. Off the edge. That's why he was basically a D end in his last year of college. In his first 2 or 3 years, he was playing all over the place. But then he solidified himself as a pass rusher. That's why we got him. He shouldn't be playing next to Dexter Lawrence most of the time. Don't get me wrong, he's an animal, but he's not that big like Dexter Lawrence is. Dexter Lawrence is a unit. We need units in the middle of the line. He should be bending off the edge like Micah Parsons should be all the time. But hey, if you need a QB spy, right? Like if you're going up against like Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels, like he was good for that when you need it. Dak doesn't run a whole lot. He can run, but like, do you really need him mostly for a QB spy or a nose tackle? No. They're not utilizing him correctly. And I think most Giant fans can see that. He should have multiple sacks already. I think he has like a half a sack. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the many things that Shane Bowen isn't doing right. But I'm not going to lie. Something that's actually really concerning me, which I don't know, like it's like 50-50 if people think that this is a big deal or not. Dexter Lawrence really hasn't been doing anything. He really hasn't been doing much. I know that Dexter Lawrence gets double teamed on almost every play, right? He hasn't played well at all these past 2 games. You can say that he just had a kid. I don't know. Maybe he's not getting sleep or something. Maybe he's distracted. But he didn't have a QB hit or a sack last game. And he hasn't recorded a sack in his last 7 games. That's not good. Dexter Lawrence, I love you. You're the best player on the team. You're a generational talent. But I'm sorry, you're not playing good right now. You got to step it up. Try and get more sleep or something. I don't know. You got to figure it out. But it's not good. It's not good at all. We need pressure. And I didn't write this down, but this is what I saw. This is what I saw off X, off an analyst. Giants through 2 weeks, right? 32 in passing yards again for the defense. They're 32nd in rushing yards against, 31st in red zone defense, and we've had one turnover this year. One. And we've only had 16 turnovers total over 19 games Shane Bowen has been here. This is an elite defense that we've been talking about all offseason, all training camp, all OTAs. You just have a terrible scheme. Even with all this talent, we still can't do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It seems like our corners aren't playing well at all either. Deontay Banks is atrocious. He gives no effort. There was multiple times where he could have tackled players for either a loss or for a short gain, and it led up to a long gain. Paulson Adebo isn't playing that great either. I mean, Drew Phillips he had a bad first half, but the second half he was incredible. For a second-year guy, he's playing like a veteran. I'm so impressed with him, and I'm very glad that he's getting a lot of playing time. And who really skyrocketed in improvement, Cordell Flott. He's finally had his time. He's a vet now. He's a vet, and he's playing like a vet, even though he hasn't really played much in his career. But this is finally his turn, and he's really showing out.
He got targeted a lot against the Commanders week 1, and I think that kind of opened his eyes a bit, at least from what I was seeing for this recent game on Sunday. I think he's starting to understand, hey, they're gonna keep on trying to come at me. I need to step up a little bit. I think week 1 opened his eyes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now this leads to another conversation. Seems like we have talent. It seems like we have the talent to compete in games. I can't believe we actually went over 30 points. We never do that. We barely ever do it. We got Russ finally throwing the deep ball. We got receivers being open. Kafka seems like he's doing a great job this year so far. I mean, not the first game, but this second game, he really improved his play calling. It seems like we have the talent to do it, at least in the offense, because that's what we were questioning all offseason. What's this offense going to do? Malik Neighbors is generational. 2 touchdowns, 167 yards. It seems like no one can guard this guy.
He's the best player on the team, not Dexter Lawrence. Sorry.
This year, yeah. This year, for sure.
Well,
I'd
we're
say
talking
that.
about this year, so
This year, I'd say it. In general, no. But this year, definitely. I mean, that's a discussion for a different day.
yeah, right.
But, I mean, this game answered a lot of questions for us. Can we compete with these high-power offenses? Yes, but I just can't believe that we can't stop nobody on defense. Nothing. Can't stop the run. We can't stop the pass. It feels like my whole entire life, the field will be wide open for every tight end and receiver for the opposing team, no matter who we have as the defensive coordinator. It doesn't make any sense to me. How long is this going to be for? How long could we take Shane Bowen as a defensive coordinator? But also, it's also on the head coach. How many penalties did we have just besides James Hudson? We had a lot. We had a lot of penalties. I don't know if that. I still don't know if that was a defensive pass interference against Cordell Flott on CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know. It was close. It was a close call. I guess it could have went either way. But we had a lot of penalties, and that's on the head coach. It seems like this team has no discipline at all. None. Things need to change already. And we're going up against Kansas City. I'll be at that game. Is Kansas City going to go 0-3? Seems very unlikely.
But Dom, you're mentioning things that are also like relatable to the Jets. I mean, they kind of correlate. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
they're similar in ways.
It's New York. I don't know. There's some in the water, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't get it. And then one last thing, then you can go for the Jets. Cam Scatterboo needs to be running back 1. He needs to be our starting running back because the way that our guards are, of how terrible they are, we need a tough running back to go through the trenches and to run over guys. the way that it seems, Tyrone Tracy can't really do that. He likes to bounce on the outside, which he's very good at. But if we really need to go through the hole, go through the A gap, B gap, they're going to need someone tough like Cam Scatterbo to play. I think he needs to be running back one.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. I haven't really seen Scadaboo, that much. I mean, I know Tyrone Tracy gets a hefty amount of the reps and the snaps, but yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna disagree with you. I mean, for the things that I have seen with Scadaboo, he does look like he could be a potential running back one. Yeah. So.
But against the Cowboys, Tracy only had 5 carries for 15 yards, and
Mm,
Scatterbo had 11 carries for 45 yards.
mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay.
I mean, he can pass block, he can catch out the backfield like Tracy, but it's either they have to split carries instead of having one play majority over the other, or Cam Scatterbo needs to just completely take over as running back one. There's no in
Right.
between. He's a
Okay.
dog. He is
Yeah.
tough. He
And he's a
is.
big guy.
Uh,
I mean, he's not tall, but he's
yeah,
built.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
stout.
got frame.
He definitely got some frame.
Yeah.
We're gonna need him to run through the middle. That's the only way for our offense to open up. So
Hmm.
hopefully they can make that decision.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's going to be important. Let's see what they do and how much playing time and how many reps Scatterbo gets. So that's Dom's take on the Giants' heartbreak loss. I really thought they were going to win that, but
I think
what can you
everyone.
do? As Aaron Glenn says, and a lot of other coaches say, there's no moral victories. But now, speaking of Aaron Glenn, we're going to talk about the Jets. They just were not ready to play. I'm not really sure what they did, the week leading up to the Bills game. Dom, I don't know if you watched any of the highlights. I mean, I've seen some bad football, and then came Sunday.
That was atrocious.
I'm not sure if they thought the preseason didn't end the end of August. I'm not really sure what they thought going into this game. And really, we could go on and on about a lot of different things. It was pretty much a laughable performance. Every area of the team, maybe besides the offensive line, was just lost. I mean, did they know they were playing football? I don't know. I have no idea. And really, the tone was set on how the day was going to be once Michael Clemens committed that blatant roughing the passer penalty on 3rd and 19 that inevitably led to an opening drive touchdown for the Bills. I got to tell you, the people that are telling me, oh, it wasn't a roughing the passer, Josh Allen flopped. It doesn't matter. Folks, get familiar with how the NFL runs things on penalties. It's a penalty. It's a roughing the passer. That's it. I'm not going to go any further on that. Michael Clemens has to be cut. Should have never made the team, just like Xavier Gibson, but he's gone now. Michael Clemens is awful. He is not a good player, never was, never will be. Don't give a shit what he did for Texas A&M. He is not a good player. He needs to be gone. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, pick one of the days of the week, but he's got to get cut. So that's just a start. Dom, I want you to take a guess on Justin Fields' QBR out of 100 for this game.
Oh yeah, so it was like 1,
Oh, 1.1.
1.1. Like
You would
this.
think, you would think with how he's been, 3 teams in 3 years, you would think that's not even possible. You could always make history when you're on the Jets. You just can. Easily the worst rating of his career. All right. Now, Dom, it's funny. You were talking about how Jackson Dart was too quick off his reads. Or no, you said he wasn't really looking at his second read. Remember you were saying that in the preseason? Well, Justin Fields was looking at his first read too fast. And there was a play where Garrett Wilson kind of did a slant button hook type job, and he just looked at him for a little bit and went right to his second read. Garrett Wilson was wide open, nobody near him,
I,
and
I
he also go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Hmm?
I completely forgot about Jackson Dart being in the game uh for like a play or two. Why? For what? Like
I don't know. I
I
have no idea. We're gonna
well
talk about QBs
well
being in place too, but
I don't get it. I'm sorry to cut you off. Continue.
yeah, you're fine. No, go ahead. It's not a one man show here. Yeah, listen. So it's it was I don't know why Dayball did that, but I'm not talking about QB staying in the game long. That's going to be coming up here with everything I got to say too. He fumbled the short run. Justin Fields. He got concussed. So, Dom, you want to talk about leaving people in the game or putting them in at bad times? I mean, Justin Fields should have been out of the game 30-3. I mean, what miraculous comeback was Justin? He had a 1.1 QBR. What miraculous game was he going to pull off to get an upset win? Wasn't going to happen. So Tyrod Taylor finished the game and will most likely probably play on Sunday against Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay against a Bucs team who has consistently been in the playoffs with Baker Mayfield as QB. So that's going to be interesting and possibly painful to watch. So we'll see with that. Josh Allen had his way with the Jets secondary, who look absolutely terrible. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Justin Fields could not establish the run or the pass. He had a wide open slant pass to Garrett Wilson, overshot it. Could have honestly been an interception. I was shocked it wasn't. Maybe it was thrown too hard. I don't know why. But Josh Allen's in a different class. I mean, he's in a completely different class. There's a reason why he won MVP last year. There's a reason why the Bills dished out all that money for him on the contract extension. That's it. He's their future QB, and I can't even hate on the guy. The guy is such a nice guy. It pains me to just play against him and root against him because he's such a nice person. But
Yeah,
man, did he have his way with the Jets? I mean, let alone the Jets didn't come to play, but this man was just doing everything right to just annihilate the Jets. For the Jets offensively, it was safe to say that Braylon Allen needs to be the running back and Breece Hall needs to be utilized as wide receiver. Not like Breece Hall is not playing well. He's doing fine. The Jets don't have a second wide receiver.
nope.
They just don't have one. I mean, I don't know who it would be for the Giants. The Giants they're really trying to utilize Wan'Dale Robinson. I guess technically at this point, that's their second wide receiver. But for
Yeah,
the
he
Jets,
played
I
great.
mean, who?
Wan'Dale Robinson, he played great. He had a
He
career
did.
game. He had a
He
career
did.
game.
It's gotta be
Could have been two
Wan'Dale.
times, but
Yeah, yeah. It has to be him. So at least the Giants are forming some sort of wide receiver two identity. The Jets don't have any. So
nothing.
so it either has to be Breece Hall as a wide receiver, or you better start developing Mason Taylor and utilize the tight end because the only way that you can make a trade for a wide receiver is if you start winning. Well, you're 0-2. So I don't know what trade you're going to make at any point, but if you keep on losing, there's no point in making a trade. I know, you're going to say, well, they traded for Devontae Adams last year. Yeah, that was Aaron Rodgers' friend. Okay,
Yeah,
that was the only reason why he got traded here. It wasn't going to do anything for the Jets. They were in deep shit already. So they don't have another wide receiver. Arian Smith, he's too one-dimensional. He's just a deep guy. He tried to make a catch. He only had 1 foot in. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. There was a penalty on the Jets. It's going to take some time for him to be any type of real weapon on offense. He's just his development is not there yet. He's an extremely raw talent that the Jets have. It really is crazy to say that the strongest part of the Jets offense is their offensive line. I mean, Dom, how many years have we been saying everything is great besides their offensive line? Now it's flipped. It's like if this is great, this isn't. And then they finally figure that out, but now they lost credibility on something else. That was their weakness. Now it's their strength. Now their strength is it just blows my mind. So the offensive line was good, and that's like their best part of their game right now. And it really is crazy. Defensively now, the Jets secondary, I'm just gonna let people know the Jets secondary is going to be really bad this year. I don't know if you could tell, but it's
yeah.
going to be really, really bad. As bad as it was, I'm gonna revert back to like 2021 when Bryce Hall was your top cornerback. That's how bad it's going to be. Now, Dom was talking about the Giants defensive coordinator. I got to tell you, Dom, Steve Wilkes looks terrible. I don't
Yeah,
know what the fuck he's doing.
he looks awful.
I have no idea what he's doing. I mean, week 1, 34 points. Week 2, 30 points. What's week 3 going to be? 40 in Tampa Bay? I mean, he is awful. So I'm just going to prepare people. It's not going to be a good secondary this year. Brandon Stevens just gave up on a James Cook TD run. Yeah, granted, it was a great cut move. Okay, he'd made a great run. James Cook's a very good running back. But, dude, you sprint until his foot touches the end zone or the ball crosses the white line. He just gave up. He gave up on that TD. He's too soft in coverage. He gives up too much cushion to the opposing wide receiver. I mean, on every single play. And it's like, it looks like he's just scared to get burned deep. And this contract, there's other contracts that I'm going to be getting into here on the Jets defense, but this contract to start, the 3 years, $36 million. I mean, it's looking bad. I mean,
Very.
the Ravens fans, as I said last week, must be laughing. Just terrible, absolutely terrible. The next contract I'm getting into, Michael Carter, he continues to look terrible. He didn't look good in week 1. I didn't even bring him up last week, and I honestly kind of told myself after the episode was over, why didn't I bring him up? He looked terrible again on Sunday. Slipped and fell, let a wide receiver go. Could have been Elijah Moore, could have been somebody else. Frankly, who cares? It was a wide receiver who got free. He's not making the proper tackles. It's just crazy. Just like Tony Adams. The guy just can't tackle. He's got a 3-year, $30.75 million contract extension that he got last year, and it could reach up to $33 million, and over $19 million of it is guaranteed. So there's that. That's a bad contract. And, the safety core is just dog shit. I mean, it's terrible. Tony Adams, once again, can't tackle. He left the game with a groin injury, so that was tough to hear. But the guy can't play. Malachi Moore, he took his place. Nothing really changed.
Nothing.
And Malachi, just,
Literally nothing.
nothing changed. It
Not a
was
thing.
like, I mean, yes, the kid's young. He needs time. He needs reps, time to develop. I'm not really getting on him so much as to just say, you threw a kid in, and it's against the Bills. It's against Josh Allen. Not much is going to change. Andre Sisco had no effort on the Elijah Moore TD play. He overshot it and then had a BS tackle attempt, and it was terrible. And then tried to fake that he hurt his wrist or something while he jogs off the field and he comes back to play the next Bills drive. I mean, dude, let's not fool anybody. Okay, we're not stupid. We could obviously see that you're trying to make it look like, oh, I hurt myself, and that's why I couldn't make the tackle. Dude, please, save it. We're not going to fall for that crap.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
obvious.
yeah, I mean, it was. The safety core is terrible. There's a couple of names I'm going to mention in a bit here that really the Jets should look into. Or maybe I'll just call up Marco and see if his younger brother Maximus is available. I mean, he made a couple of good plays for Sacred Heart on Saturday, leveled the kid, okay, trying to run to the outside. And kid tried to get to the second level. Maximus had none of it. Maybe I'll just call him and see if he can play for the Jets because, frankly, I don't know. Could it get worse week 3 and beyond? I think so. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just have Maximus play for the Jets. I mean, I have no idea because they need serious help. I mean, it's terrible. I said this, last episode, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't really think many people were disagreeing with me. Jamie and Sherwood can't be the Mike for this team. He's just not ready. Connor Rogers and Joe Caparoso on the Badlands podcast agreed. Marco, my town friend, texted me this morning about it. He doesn't look good. He's supposed to contain his part of the field. And Josh Allen got right by him because Jamie and Sherwood tried to step up past the line of scrimmage. And Josh Allen, I'm sure you saw it, Dom, the 40-yard run that he had.
Yep.
Went right by him. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He looked lost. This guy signed a 3-year, $45 million contract in March of this year with $30 million of it guaranteed. What a terrible decision that looks right now. I mean, I warned people. He's not ready. When C.J. Mosley retired, Jamie and Sherwood is not ready to take over as the Mike. He's just not. And it's just showing week to week. And now Jamie and Sherwood said in the postgame, oh, we'll turn it around. You, pal. You got to turn it around. What are you talking about, we? There's no we yet until you turn it around. What are you talking about? I mean, it's just, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It blows my mind, Dom.
I mean, yeah, like they literally had every single way to take advantage of you guys with the run, with the pass, better blocking. They just took over that game.
Yeah, they did. They very much did.
It was bad. It
Quincy
was very
Williams plays in the trenches, so honestly, let him go past the line of scrimmage. You're supposed to contain in the back. I mean, that's why you're the Mike, for Christ's sake. So that's Jamie and Sherwood. And now, Dom, I already expressed to you what my hot take was before the episode started. I'll mention it in a bit. Hold on. But first, let me just say, Ahmad Gardner is getting a bit exposed here, and he will continue to be against good teams like the Bills. He is now the only good player in the Jets secondary. He had DJ Reed on the other side. He also had Jordan Whitehead when he was, I know Jordan Whitehead's not on a team, right now, but 2022-23, Jordan Whitehead was a good safety. And he's got Brandon Stevens instead on the other side. Gardner is going to have to be pretty damn good at lockdown corner for the rest of the year because we really knew Brandon Stevens wasn't going to be it. But unfortunately, Gardner didn't have a great game. He had a couple of penalties that is pretty uncharacteristic for him to commit. He gave up a play against Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe the only good thing that Michael Clemens did was rock Josh Allen in the nose, and he had to come out for a few plays. And Trubisky came in, first play on third down. Mitchell Trubisky beats Gardner. I mean, that just can't happen. That's not acceptable. It just can't.
no.
That's got to be a loss of downs. Fourth down, they're punting. But he got the first down, and it went to Josh Palmer, who the Jets could use as a wide receiver too, I might add. What else? He missed a interception off a deflected pass. That was another one. But folks, I don't know if you could tell here. This is why every episode me and Dom do, I call him Ahmad Gardner. I'm not calling him Sauce.
He's not
It's not it.
Sauce.
Forget it.
Not playing like it.
Not playing like it.
Nope.
So the contract extension that he got, why the hell am I calling him Sauce Gardner? He's not playing like it. Week 1, yes. But folks, open your eyes. Week 1 was against the Steelers. The Steelers aren't the Bills. If you want to be Sauce Gardner, you got to play up to what your paycheck says. And he didn't do it for week 2. Didn't happen. If he wants to prove the contract extension, he's got to play better. Okay? And my hot take now, Dom, as Dom already knows, I don't think it's going to be a good season for Ahmad Gardner this year.
Doesn't seem like it. The way he's
Just don't
playing right
think
now, it might be his worst year yet.
He looked a bit flat out there on Sunday, and he's not accustomed to being the only good player in the secondary. He
Nope.
came to the Jets defense in 2022 when he got drafted. What was it, 4th overall? Yeah, it was 4th overall. DJ Reed was there. Jordan Whitehead was in the secondary. CJ Mosley was the Mike. It was a different time. But now Brandon Stevens at CB2, cornerback 2. Jamie and Sherwood as the Mike. Andre Sisco and Tony Adams as your safety. Good luck. You're the best player now in the secondary. I guess congrats, but I wouldn't really congratulate you in this time. It's going to be a trying season for Ahmad Gardner, and he's really the only guy that the Jets can rely on. And honestly, I really think, if he's not up to his game, Stevens is a lost cause. Gardner's got to be a lockdown corner. And after what I saw on Sunday against the good teams, at least, which there are many of them on the Jets schedule, I don't know, dude. You can call it a hot take. I don't give a shit what you call it. You can agree, not agree. I don't think it's going to be a great season for him. And lastly, about the Jets, Tom, the coaching staff did a complete 180 from week 1 to week 2. Aaron Glenn kicking a field goal on 4th and 3 instead of going for it when you're down 20-0. I mean, that's just pathetic. Do me a favor and go for it. I don't know what you're waiting for. You want to go for a 2-point conversion against the Steelers, but you're telling me you can't go for it on 4th and 3 when you're down 20 points, and then you're giving up on 4th down in the second half and you're kicking a punt. I mean, but you still left your QB in when you're down 30-3, and now he's got a concussion. Great work, idiot. Nice job. I mean, it's unbelievable. He probably won't play against the playoff team in Tampa Bay. And then his post-game press conference for Aaron Glenn was pretty dumb. I mean, they're asking about player performances, and his response is, I got to look at the tape. I mean, I have to give credit where credit's due. One of my favorite analysts, as Dom already knows, and the people who listen to this podcast, they already know, Connor Rogers said it on SNY Jets postgame and the Badlands podcast. If you're going to keep telling reporters, I got to go look at the tape. Dom, what do you think the reporters are going to do?
You don't got eyes.
I mean, not even that. They're going to go to the players and ask them 75 questions
Yep.
about their own performance, and they're going to say, "Well, your coach doesn't know." And the reporters need some sort of title. They need something. They got to do their job too. They're going to go to the players and they're going to ask them a bunch of questions. You know, Aaron Glenn is a young first year coach, but you played in this market as a player. You should know better.
Yep.
You should know how to do the post game. And Steve Wilkes is garbage. Okay, he was out of the NFL last year for good reason. Should Aaron Glenn take on some of the defensive coordinator duties? It's looking like it. It's trending towards that. And all of his inconsistencies as a coordinator, that's why he didn't have a job in the NFL last year. And one last thing I'll say, Dom, 3 things that I want to happen soon. Cut Michael Clemens. Okay, he's got to be gone. I know people are saying there are not many options at defensive end, but honestly, it can't be worse than Clemens. Look to sign either Justin Simmons or Jordan Whitehead for safety, because honestly, whatever you got now, it looks terrible. And I think you got to get some sort of veteran presence in here that actually can play. I mean, Justin Simmons is a 2-time Pro Bowler, 4-time second team All Pro. Maybe you could say he didn't have a great year last year. I mean, he at least got a couple of interceptions for the Falcons. But I would try to get one of those 2 names in here. I think Jordan Whitehead would be good to go. I know he had injuries last year. He had the car crash in January. But I just really think the Jets need to bring somebody else in here at safety. And third and lastly, I would look at utilizing Breece Hall and Mason Taylor as a second option opposite of Garrett Wilson. As I said before, if you don't win, you can't trade. And that's really what it is. So now, Dom, for a segment that's pretty new, take a seat, let's grade. Dom, what's your report card for the Giants from Sunday?
C minus. Only because of how good the offense played and how good Marcus Bowe was when he was in the game. The offensive line played pretty good as soon as he got into the game. Even though it wasn't really good in the run game, but Russell Wilson had a lot of time. He had a lot of time out there to throw those deep balls for these receivers to get open. Good on Mike Kafka for changing up the game plan. I'm sure the game plan changed when Bland, the corner, was out for the Cowboys because he was hurt. Because he's also a very good corner. I mean, they got good corners in Bland and Trayvon Diggs, but it seemed like they all got exposed last game. So only reason why I would say C minus is because of the offense, and the defense was like a G, not even an F. This is how bad it was. I mean, individually, yeah. I mean, Brian Burns getting his numbers, Kayvon Thibodeau getting his numbers, but it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Still players being left wide open in the middle of the field with no one in sight. I don't know what these linebackers are doing. I know Micah McFadden's out now, but Okereke still isn't playing that great. All right, this guy, I think he's like leading the league in like tackles or something. Oh well, a tackle is when a player's down, you can touch him. That counts as a tackle. So it really does nothing for me. He was a Pro Bowler for us at one point. I don't know what's going on with him. Shane Bowen is awful. Completely terrible. It wasn't great week 1, but week 1 was way better than this past week. And they probably have like equal offenses. Actually, no, I don't know. I think as of right now, Washington even has a better offense. We played a worse offense on Sunday, and they dropped 40 on us. So I'll go with C minus.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this quick. It's an F. All right, so we're gonna now move on to the NBA. Yeah, I don't need to say anything else. I think I've already spoken enough. It was just a flat F. Nobody came to play. I think again, if I had put like Molly out there, your dog, I think maybe it could have gotten it up to a D. So
Yeah.
that's an F for the Jets. Now that's it for the NFL. Thank the Lord. The NBA now. The Knicks signed Landry Shamet on a 1-year deal, and they signed Malcolm Brogdon to a 1-year deal. So now that's going to lead me to the question, Dom, who are you trading away? Who are you keeping?
It's so hard because like overall player, I'm taking Brogdon, but he has such a bad like injury history. That's the problem. Now, he won
I
six
know.
man of the year. I thought it was bullshit against Emmanuel Quickly when Brogdon was on the Celtics. I think Quickly should have won that, but that's a different discussion for a different day. He's a good overall player. He can get a bucket. He can give you stops. He's a good defender. He can shoot if you need him to. Is he going to be healthy for a whole year? I don't think so. I don't think so. And not gonna
No.
lie, we need shooters. With the way that OG can be inconsistent on offense, I think Mikal Bridges is gonna have a great year this year. I think he's gonna have a way better year than last year. But if it was anything like last year, he was also inconsistent. We need shooters on this team. We had Dante, who had his literally best year ever for us when he was on the Knicks in points and defense and 3-pointers. I don't know if he'll ever have a year like that ever again. But he helped us a lot, and we need shooting. We really need shooting. Now, I know Cat can shoot, but how many times is he going to be on the outside when we're going to need him inside? We need people to separate the floor, to spread the floor. So as of right
Yeah.
now, I'm going with Shaman.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very conflicted with this, Tom. I'm gonna be honest. I've been going back and forth the whole weekend about this one because, like you said, Malcolm Brogdon. I mean, remember, folks, for people who have been sticking with us since the beginning, we appreciate it. We do want you to leave your comment below during the episode, after, whenever, to who you would rather have, Landry Shamet or Malcolm Brogdon. But remember, I read a list to you, Dom, of the people who they could sign for the last vet minimum contract. And we said it even then. Malcolm Brogdon's injury history is alarming, and
Yep.
it's a tough one. Yes, his play could warrant a spot on the roster, but his injury history could also warrant a trade and not have him on the last spot. So for me, honestly, Dom, damn, this is tough. This is tough. You know what? I'm actually gonna put faith in the Knicks training staff. I'm gonna say, give me Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay.
I'm going to say, give me Malcolm Brogdon. If they can really take care of his health and watch out for him and understand his injury history, which I would assume the training staff, once you sign a player, you immediately look into what he's done in his career, especially with injuries. I'm going to take Malcolm Brogdon, and you can try to trade away Landry Shamet. Now, granted, we're not even at training camp yet. We're still what, Dom, 3 weeks away from preseason games. So we do have to see how they play. But you go Landry Shamet, I go Malcolm Brogdon.
Let me ask you a question. There's reports going out there that they could get both of them on the roster, even though there's only one spot available, but they could possibly trade like a Tyler Kolek or a Deuce McBride. I'm seeing these reports out there. I don't like it, but what do you think?
I know. I saw this too. I don't like it at all.
Not for either.
Especially
I
Tyler
wouldn't.
Kolek. I don't want Dom. I don't want Tyler Kolek going anywhere.
Me neither.
I don't. I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't know. We'll see. I still think it's going to depend on preseason games, because if one of these guys flop, then you essentially answer your question. Then you can keep everybody but either Shamet or Brogdon, whichever doesn't play well. I would like to keep it at that. Let's see how the preseason goes. We're obviously going to be monitoring it as it, as it progresses. So we'll see. I would love to keep everybody. But as I showed the folks a couple episodes ago, 2, 3 episodes ago, the Knicks can only really pay somebody a little over 3.7 million for a 1-year deal. So that's how their salary cap is lined up in order to stay under the second apron. So that's our answers for that. So that was just a quick thing for the NBA. Again, Knicks getting ready for training camp and preseason. Not much really going on Knicks related. We talked about the Nets and Cam Thomas, aka SGA, over there last week. So there's that. But now Dom loves it when I say that. So now we're gonna go into the MLB. Dom, you can go first because I mean the Mets are just dog shit. The Yankees, on the other hand, they went 3-3 on the week, played 500 baseball. So Dom should be happy about that one.
I am. I was impressed. I'm not gonna usually how I do with baseball. You just talking about how players did, but then mostly talking about like the stats and everything. I'm not gonna bombard you guys with stats this time. Don't get me wrong. I know we got torched 2 games by the Tigers. And then we won the last game, and that we couldn't close out against Boston in the last game of this series. But there's a lot to be looking forward to. We look good, and we look more healthy than ever. Judge looks like he's trying to race for the MVP. The way he's been hitting, he passed Joe DiMaggio for fourth all time in Yankees home runs, which is an incredible stat. Our pitching looks way better. Luis Hill, he pitched 6 no-hit innings when we beat the Sox 4-1 on Friday. Saturday, Max Fried allowed 2 runs, 9 hits, and 5 in the third innings. He was throwing a shutout until the 5th inning when he gave up a 2-run home run to Bregman. Cam Schlittler, like he had a terrible start, his previous start before this one, and now he looks way better. He bounced back. He only had allowed 1 run on 3 hits in 6 innings. Our pitching's looking solid, and David Bednar, he's tossing out saves left and right. Obviously now Bednar is our official closer for this team. Our pitching looks good. Our hitting looks good. Jazz looks great. He's been mostly consistent all year, and he's definitely playing better in the field compared to the first half of the season to now. There's a lot of good things to look forward to. There really is. And one thing I'm so excited to see, which everyone should be excited about, even if you're not a Yankees fan. Volpe. He's not playing. He's not playing. You got Jose Caballero playing. We look way better offensively, defensively. You want to hear this amazing stat? Volpe has hit a whopping 1.78 batting average in his last 38 games. It's pretty good, if you ask me. It's
That's a
really,
cat, that is a cat with 9 lives.
really good. I don't know. Is he paying off somebody? Is he? I
It's a
don't know.
cat with 9 lives. I
I
mean,
think he's taking out Aaron Boone to dinner after games or something, or Cashman or both. Maybe like a 3-way dinner or something. They're going to Peter Luger's or they're going to a nice steakhouse in the city. Something's going on. There's a scandal or a scam going on behind the scenes, and I want to get to the bottom of it. I'll let you guys know if I find anything. But I'm glad he's out of the freaking lineup. I'm so glad. Caballero, I mean, he's only played in like 31 games this year, and he has 16 hits, 11 runs, 8 ribbies, 9 walks, and he's batting .262. It's solid. I mean, it's nothing amazing, but it's way better than what we've been getting from Volpe. So yeah, honestly, I'm keeping this short and sweet. Our hitting looks better. We look more consistent in our pitching, in our hitting, in our fielding. This is the good time to be playing good baseball. We're not red hot. The past week we only had 500 baseball, but there's a lot of promising things that we can see going forward. And plus, we're playing the Twins, and we're playing the White Sox, and we're playing the Orioles. So we can really close out this year really good. But I'm going to say this now before it gets too late. The regular season, completely different from the playoffs, as every Yankee fan knows. Aaron Judge, it all starts with you, man. It all starts with you. If you do nothing, we do nothing.
good luck, man.
You know, our pitching can be different in the postseason, as we've seen. And for some reason, like I've said in multiple episodes before this, we can hit 100-mile-an-hour fastballs out of the stadium in the regular season, but by the time the postseason comes, none of these guys know how to play baseball anymore. No one even knows how to hold a bat. So I'm not being too overhyped. I'm not going to be like, hey, we're gonna beat so and so in the wild card or the first round, or we're going to the World Series or whatever. But all I know is that we are going to go to the playoffs, and whoever we're playing is going to be an interesting wild card or first round.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
That's honestly, I think that's the best Yankee summary you've given. That was pretty good for a short. I think that was what, 5 minutes. It's pretty good.
I think so.
Give you credit for that. Yeah, it does start with Aaron Judge in the playoffs. It very much does. And I was saying the same thing this morning, Dom. You make the postseason, I don't give a damn what you did in the regular season. That's
Yeah.
why they call it the postseason. They don't call it regular season extended. They call it the postseason. So I agree. I was saying the same thing this morning. So I'm happy you brought that up. So I am also going on the Dom no stats train. I'm not going to go into each game. I'll tell you right now, 1-6 on the week. You couldn't pay me to go into each game to read the stats. They're just all terrible. And miraculously, they won the game yesterday on a walk off. Do I care? God no.
No.
So they got swept by the Phillies 4 games. And then they lost 2 out of 3 to the Rangers. Mets lost 8 straight before Sunday's win. Nolan McLean is the team's official ace. I don't care. Argue with a wall. After only 6 starts, holds a 1.19 ERA in those 6 starts. Best in Mets history through 6 starts. The Mets have had the likes of Dwight Gooden, Tom Seaver, Jerry Kuzman, Jacob deGrom, Johan Santana. It's better than all of them. So again, argue with a wall. Don't argue with me.
Argue with a
Has
wall.
not given up an earned run at home, Dom. Hasn't given up an earned run at home. Now, granted, yes, not all the starts were at home, but usually within the first 2, 3 starts at home, you're giving up at least one. He hasn't given up one the whole time. All other starters since McLean's August 16th debut, Dom, 5-9, a 5.92 ERA.
Christ.
Right. Exactly. I said the same thing. Christ. Carlos Mendoza has made some boneheaded decisions during this recent losing skid. On Monday, pinch running Pete Alonso for Ronnie Mauricio instead of L.A. Acuna because Acuna was already used for a pinch hitting opportunity. Mauricio did not judge the ball correctly. That Vientos hit off of Joe and Duran, so he didn't score. I mean, what the hell? The Mets ended up losing 1-0 as Nolan McLean got the Jacob deGrom treatment. No run support, but deGrom did get the run treatment, the earned run treatment and the support when he pitched against the Mets. How convenient. I went to that game on Friday, as I already expressed in the intro. Bullpen usage was another problem for Mendoza during this losing skid. It's literally Carlos Mendoza's kryptonite. Once again, argue with a wall. Don't argue with me. It's been known since he's gotten here. I don't understand what he can't see with Reed Garrett. The guy stinks when he gets to the second half of the season. Use Reed Garrett for a bases loaded jam on Sunday. Jock Peterson hit it for a tying 2-run single to tie it at 2-2. Folks, Jock Peterson this year can't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Dom, do you want to guess what his batting average, even before the at bat, now even after that game tying hit? You want to guess what it is?
What I have a feeling it's below 100.
It's not.
It's in the ones.
It's a 177
177.
with a 614 OPS and a negative. Didn't even know this was possible. A negative 0.3 WAR. And he got a game tying 2-run RBI single. Reed Garrett always has a bad second half. Take care, pack your bags, get out. Do not bring him back next year. So I think it's time to move on from him. Reed Garrett also gave up the game to the Phillies on Thursday, giving up 3 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. Not leaving certain pitchers in is another problem that Mendoza had with the losing skid. David Peterson should have pitched the 6th in Thursday's game versus the Phillies. That, of course, relates to Reed Garrett's usage. Garrett came in, blew the game, whatever. Since June 13th, when they were 45-24, best record in the MLB back then, they now have gone 32-49, one of the top 5 worst records in baseball. Sleeper Mets, a very credible account. I like them a lot. Love everything they do. They came out with a tweet that the Mets are considering a piggyback of Clay Holmes and Shaw Manaea on Tuesday, tomorrow, against the Padres. Holmes will start Tuesday regardless. I guess it makes sense. He has a better ERA. I mean, where was this, Tom? It's not like I've been screaming this to the rooftops for the past 3 weeks, have I not?
It seems like almost the entire podcast you've been screaming.
I just don't understand it. What the hell was you taking so long? I mean, I don't know. I think a blind person could have seen that. People are saying this possible Mets collapse is similar to 2007 and 2008. Folks, it's not even close. Okay. 2007, the Mets had a 7-game lead with 17 games left to play, and they didn't even make the playoffs. That's not this case. The Mets have been on a 3-month descent, and they haven't been in first place in the division since beginning of August. So I don't know how you're relating this to 2007 and 2008. They had to beat the Florida Marlins and the last game at Shea Stadium, and they lost. And let's not forget too, 07, 08, they didn't have a Nolan McLean, a Brandon Spote, or a Jonah Tong. Didn't have any of that. They weren't in that kind of situation. So it's not similar. They didn't have that in 07 and 08. If the Mets don't make the playoffs, and really, even if they make the playoffs and they don't get back to the NLCS, expect the core of players to get blown up. Pete Alonso won't be back. McNeil's got one more year left on his contract after this year. He should get traded. Diaz can opt out and walk, which I'm expecting him to do because he's an all-star this year. Maybe Nimmo, who I want traded, may get traded. Holmes should be shipped out or move him to the bullpen. Sean Manaea you can keep because he is going to get surgery. I don't care what anyone says. I think he definitely needs surgery. Some analysts even agree. Some reporters even agree he does need surgery again. Kodai Senga, he can go. Send him to another team. Send him to Japan, Yemen, Oman. I don't care where you send him. Send him somewhere because I don't need him here. I don't need to go into the season wondering if Kodai Senga can pitch for my team. I don't give a damn. Send him somewhere. I don't care. Pack him up. Get going. I don't give a shit. The
Yeah.
young pitchers of Jonah Tong, Brandon Sproat, Nolan McLean, they're the future. Christian Scott will be coming back, but as me and Dom expressed last week, usually the first season after TJS, Tommy John surgery, it's usually not the best statistical season. And honestly, Jonathan Santucci is pitching like he needs a promotion to AAA. Maybe he gets called up next year, but those are your young pitchers. Nolan McLean, Jonah Tong, Brandon Sproat, Christian Scott, we'll see how he does. And hopefully Jonathan Santucci can get called up to the major league level. Now, I know Jonah Tong didn't pitch well. I went to this game on Friday. Jonah Tong gave up 6 earned runs, didn't even get out of the first inning. But shame on the folks who booed this kid because I said this
I saw that.
numerous times already. It's not fair to these young kids to having to now put it on their shoulders and they have no MLB experience to save your ass to get to the postseason. It's not fair.
Yeah, that should not be a thing.
Should not be a thing. So say whatever you want. Once again, argue with a wall. I don't care. I mean, even Sleeper Mets, the account that I just mentioned before, they even wrote it. It's not fair. It's not. So you shouldn't have to call up young kids to now save your ass. And they even said it's on David Stearns for not developing a good rotation to rely on before these young kids come up. Very much isn't fair. It was written right here. This game isn't on Jonah Tong. It's on the fact that David Stearns failed to build a serviceable starting rotation. There's no reason Tong should be in this situation. He should still be in AAA. Now, yes, I did say that I would have liked Jonah Tong promoted. But listen, you give the kid a shot. But in no way was I saying, oh, he's going to be a savior. He better pitch well. They got to make the playoffs. No, I just said he should get called up because he's doing well in AAA with the 2 starts. And he's got ridiculous strikeout numbers and whiff rates. That's why. But it's David Stearns' malpractice. Like I said last week, that these young kids have to save them. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, pathetic.
It's pathetic. It's exactly right. So that's the Mets, but now I'm going to just go quick. Dom, you saw what happened with Ken Rosenthal, right?
Yeah, it seems like a great guy. I don't know.
I can't stand this little bastard. I can't stand him. He's a dick.
He's an actual dick, yeah.
Ken Rosenthal is a schmuck.
That's disgusting what he did.
I'm going to share the screen because it has to be done. But I'm going to do screen share here.
And then you're looking at the guy like he did something wrong? Like, come on.
Unreal. So I'm going to play the post game first. All right, Dom? Can you see this?
Yeah, I didn't even see this, actually.
Oh, here you go. Don't worry, I got it right here for you.
I want to talk about what happened Saturday night when I accidentally bowled over Scott Paulus, the Brewers team photographer, while I was getting out of the way of the Brewers dumping water on Andrew Monasterio. Now, the ever-observant A.J. Przinsky joked afterward that I looked like Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston. Now, AJ, of course, is more experienced in these kinds of interactions than I am.
What?
And I must admit, though, when I looked at the video, when I saw this, I was surprised at how upset I appeared. I was more confused than anything. Now, I had to continue the interview. We were live, folks, on national television. Couldn't stop. And that said, I felt awful about what happened. And afterward, I went up to Scott, who I've worked with in pits before over the years, and I apologized. And I apologized profusely because let's face it, I don't think that you ever expect knocking someone down is going to happen in any particular situation. So, yeah, sure. I apologized. And Fox is doing the American League playoffs this year. So I won't see the Brewers again unless it's the World Series. But if I do see the Brewers in the World Series, I look forward to working with Scott again in the photo pit. And I also look.
Shut up. This is what happened. If people hadn't seen, stares at him, shakes his head, puts his hand out. Where in the world? What are you even saying to me?
You don't even look confused.
How do you say you look confused?
You just look pissed off.
I don't care that the cameras are still rolling in your live. You help the guy up.
Yeah,
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, you're looking at him like he did
Here
something
comes
wrong.
the water. You knock him down. You're staring at him like, wow, nice way to get in my way. And then you put your hand out, walking away, and you shake your head. And then you put your stupid smirk back on your face. I mean, I just don't understand it. What the hell are you talking about? And then AJ Przinsky, Dom, is trying to tell me that, oh, he's a nice guy. It was live. Cameras were rolling. He did say, oh, I'm not trying to make that as an excuse. Dude, that's the thing, though. The cameras are rolling. Pick the guy up. It would look a lot better. Dude, you're in a lose-lose situation. I don't care what you got to say. You're in a lose-lose situation. You don't apologize, you're a schmuck. You apologize, we don't believe you, and we still think you're a schmuck.
Hey, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. Like everyone knows, I'm not a tall guy, but it looks like that dude can't even pick him up, even if he tried. But
oh
still,
yeah, he's a shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, like come. That's just disgusting. Like, oh, we're live. Like, what kind of excuse is that?
The hell do I care?
What it takes?
It looks better that you're live, and you say, "Hold on, you can still record this. I gotta help the camera guy up." Guy busting his ass trying to put me on live television. They don't even know who the camera guy is. I mean, now they do. Happily, I'm glad they know who he is now. But oh, I look forward to working with him. I would not be looking forward to working with you. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be looking forward to working with you. No shot.
Unreal.
Him and his damn bow ties. Save it. Burn him. I don't want to know you. I told my brother. I sent it right to him. I said, that's why I don't like this guy.
No, he's an asshole.
I don't like him.
No,
I don't care what your excuse is. Every time I see him now, that's all I'm going to think about is how he has no care for other people. I don't care that you're going live. Should have never happened. Should have picked up the guy. And you know what's funny? The girl, I forget her name, she's also a reporter. I think she was also doing an interview, I'm sure, for the Brewers Network, whatever they have. And you know what? She took it like a champ. A woman took it like a champ, and she accepted the water bath. And she got, you know what she was doing? Laughing it off, smiling. I got 10 times more respect for that woman than I do for that douchebag. That sucks. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into that. So now we're going to do Take a Seat. Let's predict. Dom, let's do the Yankees first. They're at the Minnesota Twins and then at the Baltimore Orioles this weekend. What's your record prediction for the week?
So 3 games against the Twins and then 4 games against the Orioles. I don't see why we can't sweep both. I can't see why we can't go undefeated. I mean, we destroyed the Twins last time. I went to that game. It was what, like 9-0? 9-0. I went to that game, and Twins are just nobodies. They're awful, especially with now Correa going to the Astros, and the Orioles have been a dumpster fire since the beginning of the year, which everyone thought that they were probably gonna like go deep into the playoffs before the season started. Don't get me wrong, I'm shocked, but they look terrible, and we're just a way better team than both of them right now. So we're definitely sweeping them. We're going 7-0.
You know what? I like to hear it. Look at you. What a change in a month, huh?
Yeah, for once.
What a
Only because you're
change.
getting fit teams. That's why. All right, that's why.
Yeah. I want to say one thing though, just last thing about the Ken Rosenthal thing. Whoever does know, I was trying to look it up just now. That woman's name, leave it in the comments below because I'm curious to what her name is. It's a shame. I wish I had remembered, but props to her. Took it like a champ. Okay, so Dom, you said Yankees 7-0 for the week. That's pretty
Yeah.
bold. It's very tough to do. I don't care what team you face. I don't care if it's even the Rockies. For the Mets, well, starts off tough tomorrow. I don't care how the Padres been playing. Padres swept the Mets in San Diego end of July, right before the trade deadline. Mets versus Padres at home, and then a home again versus the Nationals this weekend. I'm gonna say the Mets go. I hate to say it. I'm going 2-4. I don't care that they won yesterday. They still don't look great. Their pitching, their bullpen is just in shambles. I mean, even Edwin Diaz recently hasn't pitched well. He gave up the game against the Rangers, almost gave it up against the Reds. If they had not won that game, they would have lost, what, 9 straight? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a bit concerning. I'm going to say 2-4. Michael King for the Padres is tomorrow. Then it's Nick Pivetta. Both have ERA in the twos. And then on Thursday, I forget who it is for the Padres. I'd have to look again, but Jonah Tong. Hopefully he can bounce back. Obviously didn't have a good outing against the Rangers last Friday. I'm going to go 2-4. Sorry to say. I need to see something. Yesterday's game showed me nothing. I don't care that Alonso hit a walk-off 3-run homer. So Mets 2-4. Dom says Yankees 7-0. Now, Dom, the Giants are home against the Chiefs. You're going to this game. What do you think is going to happen? What's your predicted outcome?
I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close, low-scoring game until the fourth quarter, and then maybe we'll be like tied. Maybe we'll be like tied or like up by like 1 or 2, and then Pat Mahomes is going to throw a deep ball down the field. Then it's going to be defensive pass interference, and then the Chiefs are going to win by a field goal. I don't know what the score is going to be. I have no clue, but I have a feeling that's going to happen, or it's either going to be that or Mahomes is going to flop, and then we get called with a rough in the passer or something. That's always happens. It always happens. It happened last time we played the Chiefs. Last time we played against, who did we play against? The Packers, I think. Last time we played against the Packers, that happened. Against all these good teams that come in here, they always find a way. I mean, sort of what Dak did too. He threw a prayer, hoping for a defensive pass interference call, and he got it.
Okay.
Both. I mean,
Yeah.
our offense looked great, like last game on yesterday at the time of this recording, but it's gonna be a completely different defense and a completely different offense, and you got the best quarterback in the league, so you're going up against.
Yeah, it would be really it would be serious. Do I want to say rock bottom? But it'd be pretty bad if the Chiefs not only started 0-3, but lost to the Giants.
No, yeah, that'd be. Hey, I'd
I mean,
love it, but I just can't see it happening.
that would change the whole complexion of everyone's thinking and prediction and assumption of the Chiefs season if they
And the
lost.
Giants too, even the Giants, I'd say.
Sure, yes, for sure. Absolutely. I agree. Yes. Definitely the Giants, but they would put more emphasis on the Chiefs.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
There's Pat Mahomes
Exactly. Right.
and Travis Swift.
So you think the Giants are going to lose and you want to give me a quick final score?
I'd say 2017.
Okay. Wow, that is close. Okay. Not many points either.
No.
Gotcha. All right. Jets at Buccaneers. There's a loss. I mean, what in anyone's right mind? I mean, all those good vibes from week one on at least offensively, not so much defensively. I mean, maybe there were 4 sacks on Rodgers, but going from week one optimism and hope to then just getting completely spit in the face. Week 2 at home against the Bills, your division rival. I don't know what in anyone's right mind thinks like they're just gonna walk into Tampa Bay in a Raymond James and just do anything against a playoff contending team. So I'm gonna say it's a loss, and honestly, I think it's gonna be another 30 piece. on the Jets defense. As long as Steve Wilkes is running it, as long as Brandon Stevens is the corner, as long as Tony Adams is playing safety, even if he isn't with his groin injury, I don't think Malachi Moore is has enough reps to really take over. As long as Sherwood's the Mike, and even JJ actually got hurt. He didn't even return to the game. He hurt his ankle. So if he's not playing, that's even worse. So I honestly think it's going to be, I'm honestly going to say it's going to be 34. I'm going to say 34-17.
Mm.
I mean, the Bucks can stop the run. Jets defensive line couldn't stop anything running. They gave up 224 yards. So, Bucky Irving, I think, is going to have a good game against the Jets. So I don't know. I think it's going to be, what I do know is I think it's going to be a Jets loss and they lose 34-17. And maybe Justin Fields has a somewhat good passing game, but I don't see them winning away in Tampa.
I got Baker Mayfield in our league, and I got Egbuka in our other league, in another league I'm in. So I need them to go off. All right, it's hard to say it.
I mean, listen, I'm expecting Baker to have a pretty good game. I don't care that I have Jacoby Myers going. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to do much anyway. So you'll probably take the win. Congrats to you. So you'll go 1-1. I'll go 0-2. Terrible start for me. I feel like the Jets. I got to figure it out. Wake up.
I'll be 2-0.
Oh, 2-0. That's right. You won the first week. Good for you.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
look, your luck's beginning to turn with fantasy. Very nice.
Whoa. Don't put that in the air yet. Don't.
Sorry. Yeah, it's true.
Shut your trap, all right?
All right. Well, Dom, anything else you want to say before I wrap up the episode?
Yeah, Volpe. Keep your ass on the bench. Stay there. Just you don't have to show up to the games if you don't want to. You can chill home in your nice, I don't know, apartment in the city or condo or whatever with I don't know, with that girl you brought to the Carlos Rendon Foundation. You can just stay home. Just relax with her, and don't say anything. Just don't even show up.
Do you still want Boone fired?
Boone? Yeah, 100%. I don't change nothing.
I guess not.
You still don't have any.
I mean, listen. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not Volpe not playing is definitely helping the Yankees. I think they need to keep that going.
I don't know. I think someone threatened Boone, like death threats or something, because
I don't know.
something had to happen.
I'm sure it came from the front office. I don't think Boone made his decision for himself. He generally doesn't make decisions on his own. So
No, he's like
sorry
a
to
puppy.
say. Yeah. The last thing I'll say is, I talked about how Justin Simmons could be a good pickup for the Jets if they can get him for safety. Justin Simmons is looking for, he's pretty picky right now. He's looking for a contending team. That obviously rules out the Jets, but I don't know if he doesn't really get many offers or much pull to go to a contending team. The Jets need to seriously look at Justin Simmons or Jordan Whitehead to help out at safety, because Tony Adams, Malachi Moore isn't fully developed yet. He just needs more reps, and Andre Cisco, they're not going to get it done. So they got to look at one of those two guys. So that's really all I have to say about that. Dom, any last words again, or are you good?
And fire Shane Bowen.
Yes. Fire Steve Wilkes. I'm right with you.
There you go.
Aaron Glenn, be a player coach, essentially. You were a player for the Jets, be a coach, and be a defensive coordinator, I guess, too.
Sounds
well,
better.
Yeah, for sure. Better than what's going on here. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to today's episode of the FTB podcast on either YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss any of our shows. See you folks on Monday. Peace.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.